So my absence over the few days is mainly due to the fact that I'm coming into my last few days of senior year, about to graduate June 6th, but also I've been finishing up season 3 of Boku no Hero. I just finished up the last few episodes because I did stop watching it, as I said in my previous Boku video, but someone did comment that they would like me to wrap up season 3 and also talk about what I think season 4 entails. And I basically stopped watching because it did get boring. But I only had like 6 or 7 episodes left, so I decided to stick through it. And it wasn't bad. I really liked the fact that Kacchan and Deku, they're both determined. They have a nice rivalry now, as All Might said. They're both determined to be better than each other. Deku on more of an innocent level, and Kacchan on not so innocent level. I think it was great, and it made the chemistry between them even better that Kacchan knows the secret of All Might and Deku. It makes the bond even stronger between them, and it makes Deku trust Kacchan to some extent, which I really liked. It was probably my favorite ending to the show because you thought Kacchan was never going to change. You thought he was going to keep the same stinky attitude, which he still does have, but you could see that it's more than that. It went into a whole he and Deku both looked up to All Might, and Kacchan was in his eyes, Kacchan was more set up to be like All Might and be the next All Might, and then out of nowhere, Deku just gets this power. That's probably my favorite thing that I liked about this season. Overall, it set up season 4 perfectly in order to have a huge leap in terms of story progression and character growth. All these characters are about to get huge buffs. They're about to get extremely strong in season 4, and let's talk about that now. Now, this third year student Tokuto, probably one of my favorite new characters. I love his quirk. I love how he uses it. It's that man is something special. He knows how to take control of his quirk, and to be honest, his quirk is only good because the way he uses it. And he even confesses that to I forgot who asked him. Maybe it was the acid girl. But she was like, "Oh, your quirk's so amazing." He's like, "No, it's actually very difficult to use." I believe that he'll temporarily take the role as the symbol of peace in place of All Might, but it'll take a little bit for him to get in the top 10 hero ranks. And what I mean by that is the civilians are going to look at Tokuto as the new symbol of peace, but it's not going to be widely accepted into the hero community. Like, Deku's gonna have a hard time trying to come to grips that All Might isn't the top superhero anymore, and that they do need a new symbol of peace while he's still getting stronger. Because there's no way there's no way Deku is gonna be the new symbol of peace this fast. He barely knows how to use his quirk. While All Might plays the father role for Deku, I believe Tokuto is going to play the big brother role, because as much as All Might can do as mentally for Deku, he can't do anything physically. He can train with him, but as far as sparring, he's going to get the most use out of someone with a strong quirk, just like Tokuto, because it's a quirk in which it's hard to combat it. Like, how do you combat someone that can go through objects, go through you, and he knows how to use it. And I'm excited to see the quirks of the new big three that they got going on. I like the Sasuke looking dude. I don't know his quirk yet. I know the manga's out, and I know that all the manga has probably all the quirks, but I don't want to look too far ahead. But he does look pretty cool. He has that insecure side of him, which is a nice dynamic to have, especially since the main leader, Tokuto, is so charismatic and outgoing. And then the girl, she has a nice look to her. I like the way her character is formed in the show, like physically. And I feel like they all have a great friendship dynamic, which is going to make them stronger, and I want to see how they work together. And Endeavor is definitely not going to take a liking to this new hero that came out of nowhere, because he's trying to become the new number one hero. Well, he is by default, but no one looks at him as the symbol of peace, such as everyone looked at All Might as. Now let's go on to Overhaul. Now, I honestly don't remember seeing much of Chisaki or Overhaul screen time, and it almost felt like he was barely in the episodes. He kind of came out of nowhere, and it was late in the season, so you know his fucking quirk is gonna be OP. I think he's gonna be used as a stepping stone for both Deku and Togata. Even though I think Deku and Togata will eventually end up both fighting him, I think Togata will take more of a lead role, and Deku will be more of an assist or a support character in the fight. But I think Togata will ultimately gain the recognition and be seen as a top hero because, you know, he took over the fight, and he's much old, not much older than Deku, but, you know, he has more experience than Deku. He's older than him. He's a third year student, and that's why I think he'll gain the recognition and he'll be seen as the top hero or a top hero. From what I've read, Chisaki has essentially the same quirk as Tomoro or Decay, but with even more overpoweredness. Chisaki has the power to dismantle and repair anything he touches, but luckily for Togata, his quirk makes him literally and figuratively untouchable. It's funny how that works, right? I think Togata will eventually clap Chisaki, and he'll be no more. We won't see him for much of the season. I think the fight will probably take place, it'll take place at the end, and it'll take the entire season for the build-up to happen, for Togata and Deku to become closer than what they are now. They barely know each other now, but they do know of each other. But I think they'll become closer, like the brotherly bond that I was talking about. Essentially, at the end, that's when the fight will happen, and then we'll maybe move on to Tomoro, which is what Deku is looking forward to, because that's going to be the main villain for Deku. It's going to be his main villain, but this right here, Chisaki, he's just a stepping stone. I don't see any reason to be scared of him. I don't think he's going to take out anyone important. So yeah, now let's move on to the next one. Now, this is something I did not think we would get to this early in the show. Finally, Kacchan and Deku have something to work towards. In my first Boku video, I literally complained about how much I hated Kacchan for having such a hard-headed, annoying-ass attitude. And although he still does have the attitude, the last episode of Season 3 showed that he may have some redeeming qualities about himself. Him being entrusted with Deku's secret will only make their bond stronger and will improve their fighting as a team. Whether it be missions or whether it be practices that Eraserhead makes them do together, it's just going to make them much stronger. I believe if Kacchan continues to show more good emotions, then he'll become even better with this quirk. When right now with this quirk, he just gets angry and then just starts firing explosions. I believe it'll make him a smarter hero instead of using just brute strength if he has better emotions and how to control them. This upcoming season will definitely develop their friendship, and Kacchan will finally respect Deku. Well, at least I'm hoping he will. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to November, and I can't wait to see what the anime has in store for us. Also, this summer is going to be non-stop uploads since I will no longer be in school, and it gives me just more of an excuse to watch so many anime that I've yet to touch. Please stay tuned for that, as well as much more diverse content. I know you guys know that I want to post more than just anime. I want to post movie reviews. I want to post reviews of music. I want to do skits. I want to do it all. So yeah, just look forward to this summer, and thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time.